Luxury shuttle buses. Okay, when you first hear that, you might kind of chuckle, right? Seems pretty niche.
Yeah, you'd think so. But hold on, because we've got this really detailed report here,
Ah, right.
and it paints a picture of a market that's not just, ticking along, it's actually booming.
Okay, booming luxury buses. Tell me more. What's this report cover?
Well, it's a proper deep dive, like over 250 pages of data, analysis, the works. Covers the global market.
Global, okay.
Yeah, historical stuff, where things stand right now
Mm.
in 2025, and then forecasts looking all the way out to 2033.
So it's pretty comprehensive then.
Oh, absolutely. It breaks things down by, what powers them, diesel, electric, whatever seating capacity, who's using them, where in the world they're most popular, all that data.
Right. So our job today basically is to save you, the listener, from wading through 250 pages.
Exactly. We're going to pull out the most interesting bits, the key takeaways.
What's the market look like now? Where's it going? Why does this seemingly small corner of transport actually matter? That's what we want to get into.
Sounds like a plan. Where should we start? The big picture.
Yeah, let's start with the overall size. How big is this market right now?
Okay, so the report puts the global figure for 2025 at USD 892.6 million.
Wow, okay. Almost 5 billion US dollars. That's already bigger than I would have guessed. Not so niche after all.
Right. It definitely makes you rethink that initial image. But here's the really eye-opening part.
Go on.
The projection for 2033. It's expected to climb to USD 990.89 million.
Whoa, hang on. So nearly double in just 8 years.
Pretty much. Almost
What?
doubling. It's significant growth.
What's driving that kind of jump? Is there a specific growth rate?
Yeah, the report calculates the compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, at 8.20% between 2025 and 2033.
8.2%. Okay, so that's not like a sudden spike. It's sustained year-on-year growth.
Exactly. It points to real momentum, consistent demand building up in this sector. It suggests this isn't just some temporary fad.
Okay, so nearly 5 billion now, heading towards over 9 billion, growing at over 8% a year. That's the what. Now the where and who. Which parts of the world are seeing the most action?
Right. Geographically, North America is currently the biggest player, holds the largest slice of the pie.
Okay, how much?
In 2025, it accounts for just over 40% of the global market, which translates to about USD 1418.85 million.
Over 1.4 billion. And within North America, is it mostly the U.S.?
Yeah, the U.S. is the dominant force there. Its market size in 2025 is estimated at USD 1119.48 million.
So well over a billion just in the States.
Right. Then you've got Canada at about 170 million and Mexico around 129 million.
And the growth outlook for North America, is it keeping pace with that global 8.2%?
A little slower, actually. The overall CAGR for North America through 2033 is projected at 6.6%.
Okay.
Within that, the U.S. is projected at 6.4%, Canada slightly higher at 7.4%, and Mexico at 7.1%. So steady growth, definitely, but maybe not the most explosive region globally.
Right, so North America is the current leader in size, but maybe not in future speed. Is there another region that's like set to really take off?
Absolutely. The report really spotlights the Asia-Pacific region for the most rapid expansion.
Ah, okay. What are the numbers there?
Well, its 2025 market size is already pretty big. USD 1810.26 million, so larger than North America's actually.
Oh, interesting. So Asia Pacific is already bigger. I thought you said North America was the leader.
Apologies. Let me check that regional share again. Yes, North America leads in share with over 40%, but Asia-Pacific's size in 2025 is actually larger at 1.8 billion versus NA's 1.4 billion. My mistake there. The share percentages must relate to something slightly different in the source breakdown, perhaps value concentration. But yes, Asia-Pacific has a very large market size and the highest growth.
Okay, got it. So a huge market already, and it's the fastest growing. What's the CAGR?
It's projected at an impressive 10.1% from 2025 to 2033.
Wow, double digits. That's significant.
It really is. And, it suggests more than just general economic growth. It could mean faster adoption of premium transport, maybe skipping some steps seen in older markets as infrastructure develops, and you get this rising class of travelers who want luxury.
That makes sense. Which countries are driving that 10.1% in Asia Pacific?
China's a huge factor, of course. Its 2025 market is around USD 760 million, projected to grow at 9.6%.
Okay.
But India is showing even faster growth. Its market is about 181 million in 2025, but with a projected CAGR of 12.0%. Really dynamic.
12%, wow.
Yeah. And Singapore and Southeast Asia as a whole are also strong, both showing KGRs over 10%, 10.4% for Singapore, 10.9% for Southeast Asia.
So if you're looking for where the future action is, Asia Pacific seems like the place to watch.
Definitely a key region for future growth.
What about Europe? Usually a big player in luxury goods and services.
Europe's definitely significant. It holds over 30% of the global revenue. The market size in 2025 is about USD 174 million.
So over 1.1 billion, and its growth.
Projected CGR is a solid 7% through 2033. Within Europe, you've got key countries like the UK,
Right.
around 197 million in 2025, growing at 7.8%, and Germany, about 232 million, growing at 7.2%. So yeah, Europe is a stable, steadily growing market.
Okay, stable and significant. That fits. And the other regions, South America, Middle East, Africa, are they seeing growth too?
They are, yeah. Smaller shares of the global total right now, but still interesting growth stories.
Like what?
South America, for instance, market size around 186 million in 2025, but projected to grow at 8.6% CAGR, and Brazil within that is even higher at 9.2%.
So faster than Europe or North America on average.
Potentially, yeah. The Middle East is similar, about 196 million market size in 2025, with an 8.7% projected CAGR.
Also strong growth.
In Africa, while it's the smallest market, currently around 108 million in 2025, it's still expected to grow, though at a slower pace, around 4.4% CAGR.
Okay, so it really is a global phenomenon, but with these clear hotspots like Asia Pacific leading the growth charge.
Exactly. Growth across the board, but definitely varying intensity by region.
So we've got the size, the growth, the geography, but why? What's actually driving this demand for fancy shuttle buses?
The report points to a couple of key things. First, and probably the biggest factor, is just the general expansion of travel and tourism.
Right, more people traveling, more demand.
Well, specifically, more affluent people traveling, seeking premium experiences,
Yeah.
and they want the transportation to match, Comfortable, high-end options to get around. Luxury shuttles fit that bill.
Yeah, that makes intuitive sense. If you're dropping money on a luxury hotel, you don't want to cram onto a standard bus. What else?
The other driver is their increasing use in specific places like amusement parks and especially airports.
Airport shuttles, like dedicated premium services.
Exactly. There's even a specific example in the report. Nagpur Metro in India launched an airport shuttle bus service. This was back in February 2024. The aim was explicitly to offer a more premium, convenient option for air travelers.
Okay, so specific sectors are seeing the value in upgrading their transport offering.
Yeah, it's not just general tourism growth. It's also these targeted applications, recognizing that luxury sells.
Yeah, it can't all be smooth sailing. With this kind of growth, there must be bumps in the road, right? What are the main challenges or restraints the report mentions?
Absolutely. Cost is a big one. Both cost constraints and affordability issues.
How so?
Well, producing these things. Luxury vehicles with all the fancy features, the advanced tech, it's just expensive. And maintaining them isn't cheap either.
Right, the upfront cost and the running costs.
Exactly. And that can obviously limit who can afford to buy them or operate them, and potentially puts pressure on ticket prices for passengers.
Is there evidence of that price sensitivity?
Yeah, the report mentions an example from Nigeria, actually. Apparently, the Association of Luxury Bus Owners there was thinking about cutting fares. This was May 2024, because passenger numbers had dropped. It's just people might be balking at the price in some markets.
Interesting. So the luxury part is key to the appeal, but also a potential barrier because of the price tag. What else holds the market back?
Competition. It's a big
The
one.
other bus companies?
Not just that. Alternative transport modes generally, think about ride-hailing services, Uber, Lyft, etc., and private car rentals.
Right. The convenience factor on demand.
Precisely. They offer flexibility that a scheduled shuttle, even a luxury one, might struggle to match. So for these luxury bus operators, they really need to offer something special, a clearly better experience, to convince people not to just grab an Uber Black or rent a nice car.
Yeah, they need a strong value proposition beyond just being a bus. Makes sense. Okay, so looking forward then, beyond the growth numbers, what are the big trends shaping this market's future?
Well, one trend stands out very clearly: electrification. The move towards green technologies.
Electric buses. We're seeing that everywhere, aren't we?
Absolutely. It's a huge push across the entire transport sector.
Yeah.
Environmental regulations are getting tighter. There's more awareness about emissions.
And potential cost savings down the line too, right?
Yeah.
Lower fuel and maintenance.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
So luxury shuttle buses are definitely part of this trend. The industry is moving towards electric.
Are there concrete examples of this push, like government initiatives or big investments?
Yes, definitely. The report mentions the Indian government's PM EBIS SOA scheme, launched in August 2023.
Okay. What does that involve?
It's a major investment, something like USD 2.4 billion, specifically to deploy 10,000 electric buses across nearly 170 cities in India.
10,000 e-buses. That's a massive signal from the government.
It really is. That kind of state backing can seriously accelerate the shift towards electric, including in the luxury shuttle segment.
Okay, so electrification is a key trend. Now, you mentioned earlier the report breaks the market down in different ways. Let's dig into that segmentation. How about by propulsion? What's powering these things?
Right, so propulsion outlook. Currently, the report says diesel and gasoline-powered buses are still the dominant segment.
Why is that? Just legacy?
Pretty much. It's the established tech. They have proven performance, longer range generally, and crucially, the refueling infrastructure is already everywhere. That's especially important for things like corporate use or long-distance tourism.
Okay, so traditional engines still rule for now, but given the electrification trend, where's the growth?
Unsurprisingly, battery electric buses BEVs are identified as the fastest growing segment by propulsion.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's driven by all the things we just talked about.
Yeah.
Environmental rules, potential for lower running costs in the long run, and just general improvements in battery tech and the charging network.
So we should expect to see a lot more electric luxury shuttles hitting the roads.
Absolutely. As the tech matures and becomes more widespread, that shift seems inevitable.
What about the size of these buses? Does the seating capacity make a difference in the market?
It does, yeah. The report segments by seating capacity, too.
Right.
And the segment holding the largest market share right now is the 36 to 55 passengers category.
Okay, 36 to 55 seats. Why is that the sweet spot?
It seems to be the most versatile size, good for a lot of the common uses, corporate events, airport runs, group tours. It's a good balance between carrying enough people and the bus still being, reasonably maneuverable.
Right, not too small, not too massive. Is any other size category growing particularly quickly, though?
Interestingly, yes. The report notes that the 56 passengers and above segment is showing rapid expansion.
The really big ones.
Yeah. This suggests there's growing demand for moving larger groups in style. Think big corporate conferences, major sporting events, large-scale tourism operations where you need high-capacity premium transport.
Okay, so demand at both the versatile midsize and the large-scale end. And finally, how does it break down by who's actually using these buses? The application outlook.
Right now, the corporate segment takes the biggest slice of the pie in terms of application.
Businesses using them?
Yeah, huge demand for things like premium employee transport, getting executives around, transport for corporate hospitality and events. Companies see value in providing comfortable, efficient, and, well, impressive transport.
So corporate is the current leader, but which application is growing fastest?
That would be the tourism coach category.
Ah, linking back to the tourism growth driver we talked about.
Exactly. Directly reflects that boom in high-end tourism. More travelers are looking for luxury transport as part of the actual holiday experience, not just getting from A to B.
So both business and leisure are crucial, but maybe leisure travel is where the fastest new growth is coming from right now.
That seems to be the picture, yes. Different dynamics, but both very important.
Okay, this has been really insightful. Before we wrap up, does the report give a sense of the companies involved? Who are the key players making these luxury buses?
It does give a quick overview.
Yeah.
It describes the market as highly competitive, which you'd expect.
Yeah.
And the key players are really focusing on innovation, especially around that electric trend and sustainability to get an edge.
Any names mentioned?
Yeah, lists a few. Companies like Arbach Specialty Vehicles, Forest River, Gretsch Motors, Proterra is mentioned. They're known for electric bus tech.
Yeah.
And Yutong, which is a huge global bus manufacturer.
So a mix of specialists and bigger players.
Exactly. And they're all using different strategies, partnerships, expanding where they operate to try and grab more market share.
Right. So it's a competitive space pushing towards greener tech. This whole deep dive has definitely painted a much more complex and, frankly, more interesting picture of the luxury shuttle bus market than I started with.
Me too, actually. It's fascinating when you dig into the numbers. So just to quickly recap the key points for you, the listener.
Yeah, let's do that.
We're seeing significant projected growth, market nearly doubling by 2033. It's fueled mainly by booming tourism and strong corporate demand.
Regionally, North America leads in share now, but Asia Pacific has a huge market size and it's the fastest growing area by far.
Right. Challenges exist mainly around cost and competition from other transport modes.
But the big underlying trend is definitely electrification, the shift to greener buses.
Precisely. And different segments like mid-sized buses and tourism applications show particular strength or growth.
Okay. So thinking about all the growth, the regional shifts, the tech trends, here's something for you to maybe ponder. What unexpected sectors or areas might feel the ripple effects of this growing market?
Interesting question.
Yeah, could we see like luxury electric shuttles becoming common in places we don't even think about now, maybe high-end retirement communities, specialized medical transport, and what other new tech or business models could shake things up even more or make this market grow even faster? Definitely something to think about the wider impact as this niche market keeps expanding.